Hi, and welcome to our second Zoom meeting session. This time, we are going to talk about some applications of social media, and especially when disaster strikes, because social media has been prominent in the latest series of disasters. It's used more frequently in requests for help. 911 tries to monitor sites, but they're really not equipped to accept text messages. But that's a thing that may be changing because the National Emergency Number Association is trying to set up Next Gen 911 and modernize the whole system so that social media can be used and responses can be quicker to disasters. An example of the use of social media in disasters was after that last hurricane that slammed into Puerto Rico. Carol had her mom living there in one very, very remote area. And of course, she was very concerned after the storm to make sure that her mom was safe. The only way that she has found that she could communicate were messaging apps like Zello or WhatsApp to reach the capital in San Juan. She was able to send pictures, and people there were able to send pictures back. And this became the best source that she found that she could use. And what she said in her interview is, it's the only way. We're going to look at some of the sites. The number of users is just flabbergasting. It really is. If you look at Facebook, can you even imagine 1.9 billion users when you log into Facebook? Most of them are between 18 and 49, they're mostly females. The interesting thing about this site is that people that are on there tend to spend time on there. Another site that I know we've talked about in class is YouTube. 1 billion users, mostly male in this particular site, same age range. 2 million views per minute. So 1 minute of time that we've been here, 2 million views. The other ones that are close seconds and thirds and fourths is Instagram with 600 million, mostly female. They're under 35. 53% of those on Instagram are following brands. So that's why businesses are plugged into Instagram. Twitter, 1.9 billion users, mostly females, same age range. But the interesting thing on Twitter is they tend to spend time on there, at least 20 minutes. So that's important information for people that are looking for places to advertise. And of course, there's Pinterest, which has grown to now 317 million users, mostly female. They're spread out among the same age range. And the interesting thing about this and why businesses are interested, because 10% are more likely to purchase on e-commerce. So it's a great place for businesses. LinkedIn is 106 million, mostly males. They make 75K or more. And it's mostly for business and recruiting. Then there's Reddick with 85 million, males 30, but for Reddick, the sales are not encouraged at all. Okay, let's talk about your paper. You already have one that's completed. There are 2 other papers for this course, 2 separate papers. There's a part A and a part B. Part A is discussing why social media is trending as a tool in marketing decisions for business, how social media works in the business environment, and then some issues dealing with social media as well for your organization of businesses, some obstacles that have to be overcome. The important thing is that you must have at least 3 current peer-reviewed journal articles. That is, you can have other ones, but you must have 3. Your paper is between 7 to 10 pages. APA format is important because you are working on your dissertation and you need to know APA backward and forward. So we're really practicing that here. We are also practicing building arguments, and we are using evidence for our arguments based on the literature. When we're less interested in opinions and more interested so that you can, when you go to your Lit Review chapter 2, you're not going to struggle with it because you've already done this. You understand how to build an argument, how to reference and show evidence for your sources without just strictly giving opinions. So it's not an opinion piece. So that's important to keep in mind. Make sure that your references are in the correct format and everything is aligned with APA. Again, it's 7 to 10 pages. Now these 7 to 10 pages, again, don't include the abstract, the reference page, diagrams, graphs, tables, pictures, long lists. Remember that we talked about instead of quoting for your papers, that you need to synthesize the information. The only way you can do that, you can't do it with a quote. You have a quote and you say something, quote, it doesn't connect things. When you synthesize the information, then you're able to build your argument and you're able to cite the evidence in the literature to back up your points. So I'm asking you not to direct quote, not to use direct quotes, but instead to work on synthesizing the information, another skill that you'll be developing through this course to help you when you get on to the next phase. So we have part A, which is due in week 3. And then in the last week, we'll have part B of the paper. It's another standalone paper, but it's kind of connected to this one as well. So your discussions have been so enriching. I thank you. I thank you for spending the time for multiple postings, all substantive, and really delving into this fascinating topic. I hope that you have a great week and a great weekend, and I look forward to our discussions in class. So talk to you soon in our discussion board. Thank you.